Hey guys, hope you're all doing great. I'm Hoodie, and today we're going to check out some Reddit stories together. And if you enjoy listening to Reddit stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This post is from the subreddit Am I the A-Hole, and it's by user MasterFortune385. AITH for telling my godaughter's father that he is a cowardly deadbeat dad and humiliate him in front of his wife, family, and friends. To give some context, me, 25 female, and my best friend for the past 15 years, Anna, 26 female, are very close. I consider her a sister. When Anna turned 20, she got pregnant by her boyfriend from high school, and they had been together for 5 years. To sum up the story, Anna asked me to be the godmother of her baby, Aurora, 5 female. When the baby was born, her boyfriend Jeff, 26 male, cheated on her, saying he couldn't handle the stress of having to share attention with a newborn. He left the two of them in an apartment and left. Anna moved into my apartment while I was still in university, a small 2-bedroom apartment, where she started getting her life back on track. We took turns taking care of the baby while I managed my classes and part-time job, and she worked other shifts. We made it work, and I love my goddaughter more than anything. I see her as a chosen daughter. When I finished my PhD and started earning very well, I was able to buy an apartment, and I made a deal with Anna. She would continue living with me, free of costs, without worrying about rent, bills, or food. And since I always knew that she had always wanted to go to university, but never had the time, having to work a lot to support the baby, I said I would pay her child support. I would give her a weekly amount, so she wouldn't have to take on any part-time job, and could focus on her daughter and university. It's been like that for almost 2 years. In part, I also didn't want to be away from my goddaughter, and to me, Anna is family. In return, she would help me take care of the apartment. The problem started when Jeff came back into our lives a week ago, like a messenger of Satan. He has a new wife now and suddenly wants to be involved in his daughter's life. He wants to show that he regrets it and believes he deserves contact with his daughter. Anna said no, and he said he would go to court to claim his rights, even if he had to pay child support. At that moment, I laughed in his face really loud and said, "Neither of us needs your money, you cowardly deadbeat. I am more of a parent to the child than you are. If you want to go to court, I'll make sure to destroy you there, because I won't let you treat my goddaughter like an accessory." He said I had no rights over his daughter, and I said no, but I do have love, and a signed agreement where I pay $800 weekly to Anna to spend solely on the child and herself, and also on the side covering all health insurance costs, private school, and everything I do for my goddaughter. All of this happened in public, in front of Jeff's new wife, his parents, and some friends he brought to my apartment for this intervention, expecting to manipulate us with the talk of she also deserves to meet her grandparents. At that moment, his wife left in disbelief, and he started yelling at me. I told him to leave my property, or I would call the police. So am I the a-hole? No, absolutely not. You are not the a-hole. Let's stop sugarcoating this. He didn't get overwhelmed. He ran. He abandoned his child and stayed gone for 5 years. That's not a mistake, that's a pattern. And no amount of sudden regret changes that. Now he shows up with a new wife, dragging his parents and friends along like a support squad, thinking he can force his way back into a child's life he chose to ignore. That's not remorse. That's entitlement. He wasn't asking. He was demanding. And the court threat? That's not about being a father. That's about control. If he actually cared about the child, he wouldn't turn this into a public confrontation or try to intimidate the people who raised her while he was absent. Here's the reality. You don't get to disappear during the hard years and then come back when it's convenient. A child is not a redemption arc. She's not a prop for his guilt or his new image as a family man. So yes, call him out. Expose him. And if he really does take this to court, and you have the chance to lay out the full truth, do it without hesitation. People like this rely on silence and politeness to rewrite history. The ones who stayed, paid, sacrificed, and protected that child are the real parents here. Everyone else is just making noise. That's my take. What do you think? Drop your opinions in the comments, and let's see how the community feels about this one. Additional information from OP's comments. To clarify my financial situation, I am an only child, and my grandparents and my parents gave me a good start. Yes, My family has money and good connections. You could call me a trust fund baby, but I did not pay for my education. Neither did my family. It was all scholarships, and my job was basically to do research in the lab and write about what I had done. I received money from the university through scholarships to continue the work, and all the money my parents sent me I saved since my research scholarship was enough. During my PhD, I also received a scholarship to do my thesis, and a month's salary for that. Combining this with the fact that I went straight from university to work in research and development. And just to be clear, there was more said in the conversation by Anna. I only focused on the part where I was speaking. Anna humiliated him in various ways too, but that would make this way too long with everything she said. LOL. And a second point, Anna and I don't have any kind of romantic relationship. We are purely best friends. Well, the community was giving Opie a lot of good legal advice as to what to do next. So, now let's move on to the update to see how the story ends. Hey, Anna here. So the Opie showed me this post, with a very condensed version of the facts because I understand that it wouldn't be possible to write everything in a single post. Everything the Opie wrote is true, and the details are even more grotesque than that. The jerk who is my daughter's father had no interest in her at all. Someone here guessed that his wife was infertile, and that's why he wanted to reconnect. Well, from what we've discovered now, it's true. And one of the reasons she didn't want the girl anymore is because Aurora was born with diabetes, and for his wife that was defective. I found this out just a few minutes ago. Opie spoke with her family's lawyers. Yes, the bitch is a rich bourgeois, and we started preparing everything in case we need the court or if we need evidence against my daughter's father's character. In the end, he disappeared again, and I don't think he's going to show up. But I have good news. In the country we currently live in, being a godmother is something socially accepted as a second mother. And this is something that does have social impact, because it is a very Catholic country. Despite the lack of automatic legal obligation, the moral, social, and family weight associated with the role of godparent is big. In many families, there is still a strong expectation that if something happens to the parents, the godparents will be the first to step in and take on a protective role. The truth is that Opie has saved my life many times, and she also says that I saved hers. Well, we are family, and to prevent anything from happening in the future, we are going to keep in touch with the lawyer. And in the end, the person who called Opie a sugar mommy made us laugh a lot, and from now on, me and our friends are going to call her that. That's probably the worst sugar mommy deal in history. At the end of the day, Jeff was nothing more than a brief interruption, not a defining chapter. And as for the wife, the comment she made says far more about her character than anything else. That kind of attitude has no place near a child. The important part is this. You and Anna have built something real, stable, and loving. What happened doesn't erase that. You've already moved past worse, and this is just another obstacle in the rearview mirror. Wishing all three of you nothing but peace, stability, and a future far better than the past you left behind. Thank you for sharing your story, and take care. Now, let's move on to the next post, which also comes with an update. This story is from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? Posted by a Reddit user named SuspiciousTree642. For breaking up with my boyfriend of 10 years after he proposed during my best friend's wedding, my 36 female best friend Amy, 37 female, just got married last week. I was her maid of honor, and I worked to the bone to make sure her wedding was a success. For the most part it went well. My friend looked beautiful, the food was great, the flowers and decorations incredible. She was so happy, and it made me feel proud I was part of the group that worked to give her such an important day. Amy and I have been friends since we were in elementary school. We've reached all our milestones since together, went to the same college, even live in the same neighborhood. She's the closest I have to a sister, and even our parents joke we're reborn twins. Needless to say, Amy is one of the most important people in my life. At the end of my master's, I met Danny, 31 male. He hired me as a tutor, and after a few sessions asked me out. I had never dated someone younger, but he was very sweet and I liked him. So I said yes. We've been together since. He had an older brother, Bobby, 39 male, who was introduced to Amy in a house party I hosted a few years later. The two were immediately taken with each other, and they started to date. Eventually, Bobby asked Amy to marry him. During the wedding preparation, Danny casually mentioned how it would be a cute idea to propose during his brother's wedding. Bobby agreed, but both Amy and I immediately shut it down. I told Danny I found that kind of thing tacky. A person's wedding is a special day for them, and tainting it with stealing the attention was just wrong. After that, they stopped talking about it. So we kept going with the preparations. At the wedding reception, Bobby suddenly stopped the music to make an announcement. He said the day was very special as he was marrying the love of his life and kept singing praises to Amy. I thought it was a cute gesture, so I just moved to sit on my chair to listen to the speech. Then Bobby said a sentence that made me dread what was coming. And now the day is more special thanks to my brother's announcement. Suddenly Danny was in front of me, kneeling with the box. Amy was in tears and ran out. I screamed at Danny, telling him he was a jerk, and went after Amy. At first she was angry at me, think I was involved in it. So were the other bridesmaids. Thankfully one of the girls had seen me call out Danny and told the others about it. I told Amy I would never do this to her. We hugged, and we all got out of the venue to Amy's suite. We found out later through the men's mother that Bobby gave Danny permission without speaking to Amy about it. I called Danny that same night to tell him we were through, and I wanted him out of my apartment by the end of the week. I sent my mom to pick up my dog and Parrot, just to make sure he didn't do anything to them or take them with him. He ended up taking my TV and game consoles. I had them since before he moved in. But his mother was nice enough to bring the consoles back. For all I care, he can keep the stupid TV. Amy is now trying to get her marriage annulled, since she feels she can't trust Bobby. The boy's mother has been nothing but a saint to us. She even paid back to Amy the money she spent on the wedding and told her to use the honeymoon with one of her friends. So Amy and I are now packing to go to Australia. She and Bobby had postponed it for a month, so they could get a whole month of vacation. I am a freelancer that works from home, so I'll just take my laptop. Since this whole fiasco, Danny has been blowing up my phone. Some of his friends have joined in this too, claiming I'm an asshole for throwing out a 10 years relationship over a mistake. That he only wanted to make a cute gesture to prove how much he loves me. Except the cute gesture was taking over my best friend's wedding after I had said how much I dislike that kind of stuff. Still, a part of me feels I'm overreacting. So Reddit, am I the asshole in this? No, OP. You are absolutely not the a-hole. Let's be very clear about what actually happened here, because people love to downplay it by calling it a mistake. This wasn't an accident. This was a deliberate choice that multiple people warned him against. You explicitly said no. Your best friend explicitly said no. You both explained why. And despite that, he went behind your backs, teamed up with his brother, and hijacked one of the most important days of Amy's life. That's not romance, that's disrespect. And honestly, the proposal itself isn't even the worst part. The worst part is what it revealed. He knew your boundaries. He knew your values. He knew how strongly you felt about this exact situation. And he did it anyway because he thought his idea mattered more than your feelings. People saying it was just one moment are missing the point. This wasn't about timing. It was about trust. If he's willing to ignore something this clear, this important, and this emotionally loaded, what else is he willing to dismiss in the future? As for the brother, Amy is right to question everything. A marriage that starts with betrayal, secrecy, and public humiliation is already on shaky ground. The fact that the mother had more integrity than both sons combined says a lot. Ending a 10-year relationship hurts, but staying with someone who shows you they don't respect you hurts longer. You didn't throw away a decade over a proposal. You ended it because that proposal proved he doesn't listen, doesn't respect boundaries, and doesn't prioritize the people you love. So no, this isn't an overreaction. This is a reaction to being shown exactly who someone is when it mattered most. That's my take. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And now let's check out what the community had to say about this one. Alright everyone, which story got you fired up the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for spending your time with me. Your support genuinely means the world. Take care, much love, and I'll see you in the next one.